Okay, so now we're going to take, take the, your paper with the 6 boxes on it, turn it over, put your name on it, and whatever period you're in, okay? So, I'm going to turn it back over. We are going to draw one continuous line, and I want you to make sure that you hold your pencil at the top. If you do that, it'll keep you from drawing so dark that you're not going to be able to erase the lines in between the boxes. So hold it up here and draw your line. You don't want yours to be dark, so draw it as light as you possibly can. You're going to start out anywhere on the paper towards the top and draw one continuous line that kind of goes all over the place, okay? Then you're going to take your pencil. Now, I might move down here to the bottom just so I can have more control of where this line goes, but I don't want you to bear down so dark that you're not going to be able to erase. So I'm going to mimic the line that's there, meaning I'm going to copy it. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy it. You can make it as wide as you want that ribbon to be. Don't try to be so rigid. Be loose with it. Keep going until you finish the line. All right. So you should have one continuous line. Now, you have got to determine where they overlap, which one is on top. Okay, which piece of ribbon is on top, because one of them has to overlap, and it's completely up to you. So I'm going to take my eraser. I'm going to try to have a big eraser like this on each one of your tables. And I just erase those 2 lines, so this one is overlapping that one. I think I want this one to go under that one, so I'm going to erase these 2 lines. And then I want this one to overlap that one, so I'll erase these 2 lines. Then if you have any wobbles you don't like, you can clean it up some. So I might go back in and fill that in. If I want this to end right here, I can make it come back and curl up on itself. That's just your preference. That's my preference. You don't have to do it that way, okay? So we are ignoring these lines right now, the gaps in between the boxes, okay? We're just doing one continuous line. Now what I am going to do is clean up around the edges, around my border, because I know that I'm not going to have any patterns extending in the borders. So I'm going to erase this too. But I want to keep whatever is in between here for now. Okay? So anything you want to clean up around the outside, you can. Now you are going to look at the Zentangle sheet or the Zentangle slide, or you can go look up Zentangle and come up with a look at patterns. You can try to copy the patterns. If you'll look at my example, I don't have something too tiny to do. I kind of want bigger patterns. This one is probably the smallest pattern that's on here. You want something that you're going to be able to color in between, okay? You don't want something so dark. You don't want to do like these black ones, but you can do those shapes because you want to be able to add color to it because we're working on color for this project. So you'll go through and decide what you want to do, and you want to continue your patterns in between each one. So right here, I see this big, bold shape, okay? I see this big, bold shape, and I'm going to fill it in. I think that I will look at I like doing this pattern. So I'm going to, remember, you don't want to draw dark. I'm drawing dark enough so you can see. And I'm just getting kind of bigger and bigger as this shape gets bigger. Um, and then I'm going to continue this pattern right here. You can choose whatever patterns you want to do. You can make up patterns. You can use stripes. You can use checkerboard. You can use, you want whole shapes that you can color in. Okay. So that's one pattern. Now you can, if you want, I think I repeated patterns on mine. So if you wanted to repeat that same pattern, just don't put your same pattern right next to each other. So I might take that same shape. Let's see. I think I'm just going to leave that one pattern right there. So now I might, let's see. I want this to look like this pattern's going behind this. So I'm going to erase this. I kind of look at this like it's fish scales, I guess. And you're just going to go through and start filling this up. But I want you to realize that I'm drawing through the gaps. Okay, and I'll do one more pattern. And then I think you'll get the idea. But you can leave some places blank. Like if you look at my final piece, I balanced out the blank spaces. All right, so I have, let's see, how many patterns do I have on here? I have one that's repeated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Then I have stripes here, 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 and here. And then I have these scallops, I guess you'd say, that are repeated. And then I have these lined checkerboard patterns, I guess you'd say. So, and then I have these. You can do as many patterns as you like. Just don't, I mean, well, let me clarify that. Do it, I would say at least 4 patterns, and then more if you wish. But try to stay away from using dark black areas because you want to be able to add color in places. All right, so when you're done with that, then you're going to go back to the part where you are erasing in between each rectangle, and then we will talk about color.